Gossip at the Corpse Cart contains graphic and explicit content that may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Gossip at the Corpse Cart. Where we wine and crime gals chat about the shit you probably already seen in your news feed. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Give
then
her hot
sent it to
takes.
us.
And your horrible, embarrassing
Oh, yeah.
moments and confessions that keep you up at night. Like that thing that you did in 6th grade.
Oh, man.
That
My
keeps
favorite
you
party game
awake.
called What's the Worst Thing You've Ever Done?
It's my favorite game. Bill is meeting my entire extended family for the first time this coming weekend at my cousin's wedding.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
I am definitely going to instigate a round of the worst thing you've ever done, like
Yeah.
post-wedding at the hotel bar.
Yeah, people have to be lit, and then
It's-
you
Oh,
hit
well,
them.
It's a
a
Rogers.
really fun game.
It's a Rogers family wedding, so the lighting will be rapid. They'll be it's a pre-lit tree.
Amazing. Well, I'm Lucy.
Ooh, I'm Kenyon.
I'm Amanda.
I am really fucking excited to get to your weird headlines and Kenyon's confessions, which are maybe the highlight of my month. And I also have some bonkers stories to tell you at the end of this episode. So let's just get going.
Let's do it.
Perfect. Well, Lucy, you are going to really enjoy my segment because I actually have 2 targeted ads just for you.
Oh, I thought you said Target ads. I was like, yes.
I wish. Well, there you go, Target. There's a freebie. We love you. This first headline just warmed the cockles of my heart and also kind of made me sad, but in like, I don't know, a warm way. A warm sadness. The good kind of depression.
A warm sadness.
A warm, gentle Christmas time sadness. This is a headline out of New Zealand from NPR, and it reads, "A New Zealand city is taking its official wizard off the payroll after over 2 decades."
No.
Why?
There's a
Could
photo
they?
of the wizard on the drive, which will be on the blog.
How could they force this poor wizard into retirement?
His name is also incredible, so just buckle up. This is out of Christchurch, New Zealand. And they are parting ways with their official city wizard after more than 2 decades. This is why. So this is why it's like not sad, actually. But, you know, I want them to have a city wizard. I just hope they get a new one. But they fired him because of his offensive remarks about women
Oh, never mind.
and
not
the
a real
local government's new tourism strategy that reportedly spelled his doom. Ian Brackenbury Chanel or
What?
Channel.
Chanel.
Chanel.
It's 2 N's, 2 L's, so I don't know. Is known as the Wizard of New Zealand. Apparently, even on official documents like his passport.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's been on the Christchurch City Council's payroll since 1998, receiving an annual salary of 16,000 New Zealand doll hairs.
What the fuck? How does
Which
this
is
man
more-
is a wizard?
More than
How did
11
he
grand a
make this
year in
happen?
US dollars. That's like a lot. That's a lot of bonus money. 11 grand US a year to be the city's wizard.
Yeah, I
That's
take
good
it.
pay.
part-time at best.
Yeah, I'm sure. To quote, provide acts of wizardry and other wizard-like services as part of promotional work for the city of Christchurch. Imagine having a tax system so robust and your
Yeah.
healthcare and your education and everything so well funded that you can divert 11 grand a year to the city wizard.
Yeah, it's like my dream, like I am very blessed in that I have a lot of the like accoutrement that when I was growing up very poor as a child, I thought would make me feel rich, which is like I have an ice dispenser in my
Right.
fridge.
Mhm.
You know, like I can buy groceries and not like really
Check your
worry
bank
about
balance
it.
beforehand.
Not cross my fingers at checkout to make
Exactly.
sure my overdraft protection works.
I know. So I'm very, very lucky in all of that. But my next bar that is set is like, you know, you're rich when you can buy all of the like joke gifts
Oh,
for
yeah.
people that you want to get them, where it's like, this is so fucking dumb. I'm not going to actually spend $35 on this, but
You
like,
wanna be
it would
New
be
Zealand.
hilarious.
Yeah,
You want to
kind
spend
of
11
like
grand on a city wizard.
the cheeseburger lingerie set you guys were trying to make me
Listen,
buy.
I'm finding you a less expensive version because it is perfect and you need it.
I
Right.
can't justify even close to $300
For a joke.
cheeseburger.
I'll work on it.
lingerie.
I'll work on it.
I know.
Anyway.
But if we were millionaires, you
Right.
would. And that is rich.
1,000%. 1,000%. But we are not.
Yes. I don't know.
This says, quote, the
If
council
you're
has
dumb
met.
and rich.
Well,
Which
I don't think there's anything dumb
we
about it.
are. Yeah.
But also, yes, we're dumb. The council has met with the wizard and sent him a letter thanking him for his services to Christchurch over the past decades and informing him that we are bringing our formal contractual agreement to a close, said Lynn McClelland, the council's assistant chief executive. She said the final payment will be made in December, so next month, or well, this month as this comes out.
A
That's
classic
last
man.
check.
They can never just be fired
I know.
for their shitty shit that they do.
Yeah, he
they
got
have
like a 2-month notice.
severance. They
Yeah.
always get severance.
I know.
It's disgusting.
The decision was a difficult one, according to McClellan. She explained that Christchurch's promotional landscape is changing to, quote, increasingly reflect our diverse communities and showcase a vibrant, diverse, modern city that is attractive to residents, domestic and international visitors, new businesses, and skilled migrant workers, unquote. So probably having like a misogynistic and likely racist wizard on your city's payroll is not going to uphold that vision.
Yeah.
That may not have been the only reason, The Guardian reports, citing controversial comments Chanel made back in April. Quote, oh God,
What did he say?
I'm about
That cold
to,
read working out for you.
I'm about to
Quote,
read
oh
it.
God. Gulp.
Quote,
noise.
gulp.
Oh no.
I love women. I forgive them all the time. I've never struck one yet.
What?
Never strike a woman because they bruise too easily is the first thing.
Well, that's the quote.
The quote is still ongoing. And they'll tell the neighbors and their friends, and then you're in big trouble.
Oh, my fucking God.
He said this at a screening of a current affairs show called New Zealand Today. So he said it like in a room full of reporters and like city officials.
Oh, to be a fly on that wall.
I know. The jaws dropping. Chanel told Stuff, which I assume is a publication, that the council had waved him off because he didn't fit with the city's modern image, calling them, quote, a bunch of bureaucrats who have no imagination. And are not, quote,
Imagination.
thinking of ways to promote Christchurch overseas. Everyone wants to hit women. Won't that bring people here? That's me editorializing.
Oh,
New
okay.
Zealand is one of the most stunning places on the planet. They
Yeah.
don't need a misogyny wizard,
Wizard.
for tourism. It's New Zealand.
He's just
Oh
the
my
grand
God.
wizard in that sense of the term of misogyny.
He is the Grand Wizard.
He's the grand wizard.
Ish.
Despite his disappointment, Chanel promised to keep visiting Christchurch's Arts Center to chat with tourists and locals. Quote, it makes no difference. I'll still keep going, he said.
Oh.
That's my best New Zealand accent. They will have to kill me to stop me.
Okay.
And now he's turning into a wizard extremist, which is great.
Also, not
my
a great
God.
negotiating tactic. If
No,
they're like,
they'll
you want to
just kill
fire me?
you.
I'll just do the work for free.
Yeah.
Until you kill me. All right, done.
Oh my God.
Chanel's life and work are actually the subject of a current exhibit at the ongoing Christchurch Heritage Festival, which is ironically sponsored by the city council. The event description notes that Christchurch is the only city in the world to have had its own official wizard since 1982. By that time, it adds, Chanel had already become the world's first art gallery appointed living work of art.
Oh,
Quote,
God.
for 40 years, neither title and accompanying roles has been granted to anyone else anywhere in the world, organizers wrote. He not only created his own social identity, which includes living in an alchemical marriage, But
A
I don't know.
what?
An alchemical marriage. I'm assuming
Like
that just means
alchemy?
illegal. Yeah. Bound by magic, I would assume.
Alchemical.
As an ex-academic cultural theorist and experimentalist, he designed the existential universe he has been living in since 1972.
Okay, on alchemical marriage, which is okay. A masculine and feminine union. Alchemical marriage is a soul interaction that invites the sacred feminine to the sacred masculine. Okay? All right? The alchemical marriage is the union of duality and the most revered and possibly powerful union. It is the perfect conjunction, intimate bonding of duality and signifies the pure, deep harmony which occurs whenever the masculine and feminine elements of nature combines into one.
So it's not a legal marriage, is what he's saying.
Yeah, it's just
It's that
magic
I'll
marriage.
marry you, I'll marry you, I'll marry you.
you.
Yeah, it's just
Inman.
he's fucking a woman apparently,
Yeah.
but he's not hitting her according to him.
Well, because if he does,
they bruise easily.
she'll
Right.
bruise too easily,
And they'll
and she'll
blab to the
tattle, and
neighbors.
she'll tattle on him, so he can't do it. He was born in London in 1932. Before getting into wizardry, he spent time as a Royal Air Force navigator, studied psychology and sociality, traveled in the Middle East, and taught in both Tehran and Australia. He was appointed Wizard of the University of New South Wales by the school's Vice Chancellor and Students' Union in 1969, arguably the greatest year. The year of our Lord, 69.
Nice.
He moved to Christchurch in 1974 and soon became a recognizable performer and public speaker in the city's Cathedral Square. So a raving lunatic in a wizard costume who just
Yeah.
built himself a job and then got 11 grand a year from the city.
Fucking
for screaming in the
incredible,
town
He's
square.
a busker, lunatic. He's an abusive busker.
He's a professional misogynistic buster.
oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
He would stand atop a ladder dressed in a long cloak and pointed hat. New Zealand's government calls Chanel notable for, quote, reviving the ancient art of rhetoric. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
What, speaking?
He's just a lunatic.
He's
that
just a
would
loon.
stand on a box and on a ladder and rant.
I
My
mean,
God.
I could supplement my income.
Talk about
real
making
quick.
your own job. Go out there and make your own job. Can't find the right job for you? Build it from scratch.
He's an entrepreneur. Him.
And says he was,
An
quote,
entrepreneur. Stop.
Oh, God. He was most often seen in the square in Christchurch synthesizing the ideas of famous philosophers. So not coming up with any of his own shit.
Oh my God.
Oh,
This article is way too nice.
Is there anything worse than this misogynistic loon ranting about Play-Doh on a fucking ladder in the middle of the street?
Honestly, the only thing worse is how long this article is, so I'm not going to read the rest of it.
That's fair.
But it finishes by saying, when asked by the local newspaper whether he would curse the council over its decision, the wizard said he preferred blessings. Quote, I give children happy dreams, general good health, and I want to make bureaucrats become more human.
Okay, dude.
Okay, replace the wizard hat with the fucking fedora,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
man belongs in prison.
And his wizard staff with a vape pen.
Yes.
Oh, no.
You're a fucking
He's
tool,
such a
dude.
loony.
Go
Look at
away.
him. I love the picture of him on the
Also,
drive.
like, what a way to fuck up the most rare and perfect job.
Right?
That
Like,
you...
just don't share your thoughts about hitting women. It's not that
It's
hard.
really not that hard. He fucked
You
up
had a
the
good
best
thing, dude.
ever. I mean,
You
it's
had
just
a
like
good
a
thing.
unicorn of a job.
He really did have a great gig.
Wow.
I fucking can't. Oh my God. Okay. I'm crying. Okay. The next one. Okay. This is really short and like, it's okay. Selfishly, it's probably not going to be that funny for the people at home, but there is an accompanying video and I just need you to see it.
Okay.
But the headline is, watch! Arson suspect uses push lawnmower to run away and zooms past bumper-to-bumper traffic.
Push lawnmower.
Yes, and I was also confused, and the video is extremely helpful and hilarious.
You can't
So-
run faster when you're like leaning against something.
He's not pushing it himself.
Oh.
Oh.
He's riding on the front of it. It's brilliant. So this is out of Honolulu in Hawaii. Police say a man accused of arson in Hawaii chose a bizarre method to run away, and the spectacle was captured on camera. The spectacle was captured on 1,000 TikToks, I'm sure. Because when you watch the video, you can see, like,
a million phones up.
all the cars with all their yeah, it's amazing. According to KHNL, the man allegedly set a fire on Monday that triggered a small brush fire in North Kona. The suspect used a push lawnmower to get away, zooming past bumper-to-bumper traffic. He really does go when you watch it. He's cruising in the area and getting no shortage of attention along the way. The man was subsequently arrested for theft of the lawnmower, which was reported stolen.
Oh my God.
He was riding the mower at the time of his arrest, police added. So click the link.
Okay.
There's also a photo on the drive, and I can make sure that this link gets like posted or something in the blog, but
Okay. Oh.
it's so good. And the guy taking the video just goes mowing the Big Island.
Oh, he kind of hits some gravel.
Oh yeah, he's bumping around. It's so
It's not a
good.
very smooth ride.
Wait,
It's
how
not
is he
very
going?
efficient. Where is he going?
Is it
How is
downhill?
he going?
I mean, any push lawnmower bought within the last 20 years is like self-propelled, and you just have to steer
has a little
it.
bit of torque.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, you pretty much just have to steer it. So I think he has one hand like on holding a bar down
pull
to make
the
it.
lever, Crawl.
Yeah, pull the wrong lever. But he really goes.
Yeah. He goes. I don't know
He's
about
kinda
the
cruising.
really.
Listen, the really is just reiterating how this should not be working and how surprised I am that he's moving at all. That's really where the really comes from.
Yep.
I love it so much.
I mean, he could have actually gotten away if he had
if he ran?
run.
Yeah, 1,000%. That's like the other best part of the whole
Okay.
thing. Like, just run. And then you can like hide in the natural elements allotted. Now you're confined to the road.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
I think a lot of mistakes were made, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, we got really golden footage.
yeah.
Okay, this next one, like I said, I always get a good "This is Lucy" headline every month. So here's the first one.
There's never a "This is Kenyan" unless it's
Oh
about
yeah, on
care.
occasion there has been. It's usually
Skincare.
like partially blind woman crashes into pole or something.
Yeah. Any
lot
kind
of
of
the-
bad driver is
The
me.
cute animal ones, I know that the dog that accidentally committed Grand Theft Auto was very much a Kenyan headline.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
That
yes.
was the golden retriever that drove in a circle in a cul-de-sac for like 3 hours. That was such a Kenyan headline.
Absolutely.
That dog
I
was
loved.
that dog was picking up speed.
That dog was incredible.
He went way faster than lawnmower guy.
Seriously.
Yes.
Take a page out of that dog's book, sir. Okay, this headline reads, "Man donated his body to science. Company sold $500 tickets to his dissection."
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I didn't cover this in corner, but I very easily could have.
I'm sure this was sent to you.
Yes.
And the widow find out about it from a news report.
Oh no.
So a Louisiana widow is left horrified at the news that her deceased husband was dissected in front of a live paying audience
Yeah.
after she donated his body to scientific research.
I mean,
I okay.
So he
This is
he was
fucked
cool
up.
with it.
The body was donated, but nobody signed off on tickets being sold to watch a
Right.
show.
Right.
If you could have arranged that ahead of time and then the money could go to the family, I'm all in. I'd be selling so many tickets, sold out live show.
I mean,
my bodily dissection.
Is it weird that I just like would be fine with it?
I mean,
I don't think I'd care.
I
Like send the
would
money
want
to
the
like
money.
Planned Parenthood, but like
Sure, I'd want a cut.
oh, well you're dead.
Well, no, if I was the widow. So Elise Saunders had carried out the wishes of her late husband, David Saunders, who wanted his body donated to help advance medical science. David Saunders, a World War II and Korean War veteran, died of COVID-19 on August 24th at the age of 98. Donating his body was his last act of patriotism, Elise Saunders said. But instead of being delivered to a research facility, David Saunders' body ended up in a Marriott hotel ballroom in Portland, Oregon.
What the fuck?
It was like a crime con situation.
Yup, where deathscience.org held an Oddities and Curiosities Expo.
Okay, that's totally different. I thought it was like a medical thing.
No, she donated him to science for like COVID research, and then they just didn't.
That's not okay.
No. At the October 17th event, members of the public sat ringside from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a break for lunch to watch David Saunders' body be carefully dissected. Tickets for the dissection sold for up to $500 per person. The advocate noted that an online description of the event read, quote, "From the external body exam to the removal of vital organs, including the brain, we will find new perspectives on how the human body can tell a story. There will be several opportunities for attendees to get up close and personal looks at the cadaver."
Look, again, if
I'd go.
There's consent ahead of time,
100%.
fine. And maybe you're like, people are learning something. Maybe it will encourage more people to donate their body to
100%.
science. Maybe it will encourage people to like follow their dream of becoming a coroner.
Being dissected in front of hundreds of people is my dream.
But if you just donate vaguely to science, that's not science.
No.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
Elise Saunders learned of the dissection from a Seattle-based reporter at King 5, King5, who was investigating the event and tracked her down. A photojournalist who attended undercover for King 5 had noted that the body had a bracelet with the typed name David Saunders. So, like, I also
Not
think
even
that's a little
anonymous.
weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not good.
I
That's
don't like
actually
that.
Worse than
That's
just
way
having
worse.
it be an anonymous.
At
body.
least have it be anonymous. Like, that's the least you could do for, like, maintaining any semblance of an ethical boundary.
Right.
Quote, "As far as I'm concerned, it's horrible, unethical, and I just don't have the words to describe it," Elise Saunders told the advocate. "I have all this paperwork that says his body would be used for science. Nothing about this commercialization of his death."
Yeah.
Elise Saunders explained that she had initially tried to donate the body to Louisiana State University, but LSU turned down the donation due to the COVID diagnosis. Because that's fair. There are a lot of labs that are specifically studying COVID cadavers, but others won't take them because they don't want to risk infection.
And that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, okay.
She then connected with a private company named MedEd Labs in Las Vegas, which says it was, quote, "established to provide medical and surgical education and training for the advancement of medical and surgical innovation," which sounds like school-related uses.
Education, science.
MedEd Labs subsequently sold the body to Death Science. An administrator for MedEd Labs, Obteen Nasiri, told King 5 that deathscience.org founder Jeremy Ciliberto
Nailed it.
was, quote, "beyond dishonest about how the body would be used." Nasiri said he believed Ciliberto would use the body for a medical class. Meanwhile, Ciliberto said MedEd was fully aware that the body would be used in an event attended by people who were, quote, "not exclusively medical students." So, like, they're both saying, that MedEd is saying, this guy did not tell me what it was going to be used for. I thought it was going to be used for a medical class. And then Ciliberto was like, the fuck, I didn't tell them. I told them that they wouldn't all be med students and that it was, like, just a class. But no one's fessing up to whether this guy said it would be a paid event, which is like a totally different fucking ballgame.
And the money went to just like
this company
this
that put on the
corporation,
event.
this for-profit
Yep.
company.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's bad.
So Elise Saunders is now hoping to have David Saunders' remains returned. According to King 5, the Louisiana-based company Church Funeral Services and Crematory, which prepared David Saunders' body before it was given to MedEd Labs, told Elise Saunders it would track down her husband's remains, cremate them for free, and return them to her. Quote, "We are extremely sad for this widow," Church Funeral Services owner Greg Clark told the advocate. "This is not what her intentions were."
Yeah.
It's
okay.
so sad. I would do it in a heartbeat,
Like
consensually. I'd go and I'd give my body for this. I'd be like, if you could pre-sale or guarantee that the money is going to go to my loved ones who are left behind, have at it. But if you're like, go to science, make the check out to science.
Yeah,
and
you
then
don't get anything
you
like
fucking
that.
do it in a and you cannot dissect me publicly in a Marriott ballroom. I will not allow it.
Right.
I need better digs.
Hilton or bust.
Yes. Hilton or a loft. You know, I love a good aloft.
Yes.
A 21C.
A W.
An airport hojo.
Although I think W owns Marriott now, but I could
Probably.
be completely wrong about that. I have
Who
no
knows?
idea.
I'm just listing hotels that I like.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, here's my
A
second
Kathy
one.
Hilton.
A Kathy
A
Hilton.
free hand. I love
The
a free
Hilton
hand.
family is no longer associated with Hilton hotels. They sold it like forever ago. They just
Yeah.
can't change the name because it's too famous.
Well, they're forever associated, but
well, right.
just
They're
not.
getting money, but they're not like in charge of anything.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Okay, this is the second one for Lucy, and I fucking can.
Yes.
Whew, okay.
Oh my God, I just saw the URL.
The picture is so good. The picture that goes with this article is on the drive. And just while I'm reading this to you, I need you to watch this little animal stare at you with its giant eyes.
Okay. Oh my God.
Quote, female passenger reportedly breastfeeds cat on Delta flight.
Ow, your nips.
The cat's name was Tressa. Just kidding.
They have very sharp teeth.
I
And
know.
the tongue is sandpaper.
Yeah.
Most pet owners will.
Nice.
Oh, God. Most pet owners will go to great lengths to care for their pets. When it comes to people and their pets, the question often isn't what you do for them, but what wouldn't you do?
Oh God.
For
That, but I won't do that.
but I won't do that.
Maybe Meatloaf would.
For one, you not like American the airline, but like American the country airline passenger. The latter doesn't seem to include breastfeeding. A screenshot has gone viral of what looks like a pilot messaging system that suggests a passenger on Delta Air flight DL1360 to Atlanta began breastfeeding her cat and refused to stop despite repeated requests from the crew.
Dang, I fly Delta to Atlanta all the time. How
yeah,
come
it's
I
a
don't
huge
get to
hub.
see fun things like this?
Okay, I'm dropping a
Was it a
picture.
kitten?
I'm dropping a picture of the like little screen report on the drive because
I see
pretty
it. I
great.
see it.
Okay, I've added it to the drive. This is a tweet from Just Jetting Through, Ryan Spellman, who said, someone just texted me this, what the actual hell? And it reads, required red coat meet AC. Passenger in 13A is breastfeeding a cat and will not put cat back in its carrier when FA requested. The pilot requested Delta's red coat ground team to meet the customer after landing to reprimand her. According to an online source, the carrier was contacted for comment to confirm whether the incident took place. Delta has tightened regulations regarding emotional support animals over the last few years after experiencing an 84% increase in incidents. However, unlike this case, it is usually the animal acting up. Passengers are still allowed to bring their small dogs and cats in the cabin, but they must stay in a kennel under the seat in front of them for the entire flight. This does include an additional charge for customers. I wonder how, remember when we were on one of our flights during
parrot?
tour and there was a
Yeah.
parakeet, like a tiny little parakeet on a
Yes.
leash?
Yes.
And she let it out and it was just like hopping around on her shoulder.
Yeah, how was that
It was
fucking
really
allowed?
well behaved.
And
So
none of us,
well-behaved.
nobody said anything.
I think I
know.
tapped and took a little video of it and then was like, oh, that's a parakeet. We were so exhausted. That was like 2/3 of the way through.
We
I
all
know.
made eye contact about it.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, whatever.
Well, I'm going back to sleep. The phrase emotionally supportive has been interpreted broadly over the years, like for a parakeet. And in a statement, Delta said they had seen comfort turkeys, gliding possums known as sugar gliders, snakes, spiders, and more taken on planes.
I would not be cool with a snake. Fuck no.
As long as it's in its carrier.
no
I'm
snakes
fine.
on a
Pretty
plane.
harmless.
Yeah.
No.
One of the more famous flyers was Daniel, the emotional support duck, who accompanied a 37-year-old woman with PTSD on a flight in 2016. And
I'm fine with Daniel.
OMG, I'm putting a little Another picture on the drive because Daniel is so cute.
I support
And the
Daniel.
peacock, too. There was a peacock.
I mean,
They can be mean.
Yeah.
Birds are a little
awful.
scary.
Mm-hmm.
I also recently, somebody sent me a picture. I'm done with this article,
Look
so I'm just going to
at
give this anecdote.
Daniel's shoes.
His little shoes, his slippies.
Oh,
Someone recently sent me a picture of like a conversion van that somebody had put conspiracy theories about how birds aren't real all over it. And it just says, birds aren't real. They recharge on power lines. And I'm like, honestly, that kind of tracks. Like, I get it.
yeah, but some birds can't reach power lines. Like ducks don't go
Yeah,
up onto power
chickens.
lines.
Well, some power lines are buried.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Listen, I'm all in. Anyways, don't breastfeed your cat on the plane or you might be escorted off the
Yeah,
plane.
just
Don't
wait
tell me
till you
what
get
to
to
do.
the Delta Lounge.
Yeah, just breastfeed in the breastfeeding room.
I have so many questions about the breastfeeding of a cat specifically.
Maybe
Okay,
the cat
I have
was
no
like,
answers.
teeth.
Let's go. Lay them on me.
Maybe the cat was like mewling and she wanted to comfort the cat. Maybe that's the direction that the emotional support went
I
in.
mean, if that's what breastfeeding means, then I breastfeed my cats all the time.
no. I
No.
mean,
No.
no.
In an effort to comfort the
Right,
cat,
right.
she breastfed the cat.
Right. And
But the
maybe
cat, why would a cat latch?
maybe it didn't latch.
I
and
think
maybe
it's probably
no
just
milk.
licking,
Yeah, maybe no milk actually came out.
licking and kneading,
Right.
making biscuits
She
on her
just-
biscuits.
I mean, that's also not breastfeeding. So words matter, people.
Okay, well, she let the cat get to third base.
Yeah, clearly there was like nipple exposure, or I don't think any of the flight attendants would refer to it as breastfeeding and try to get her to stop doing it.
Right.
Anyway, let's move on. I've got two more. This is your continual reminder not to exercise. It's too fucking dangerous. I can't. This is out of Massachusetts. Quote, Massachusetts woman nearly loses leg after spin class led to dissolved muscles.
Oh,
What?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That's a possibility?
I guess.
What the fuck does that mean?
Okay, I'll tell ya. Kaylin Franco, 23, of Waltham, Massachusetts, said she nearly had to have her leg amputated after being diagnosed with rhabdomyolysis. Nailed it. Franco said she needed surgery after enduring severe pain and swelling and that doctors had to cut open her leg to relieve pressure. 2 months after surgery, Franco still needs crutches to walk. So it's like this rare condition where the muscle like deteriorates inside of your body, I guess.
Wow.
Oh my fucking God.
Quote, it really did turn my world upside down, Franco told Today. It was just super traumatic and stressful. Yeah, your leg almost fell off.
Dissolved off.
Rhabdomyolysis occurs when damaged muscle begins to dissolve, releasing muscle fiber contents into the blood. It can cause kidney damage and is potentially life-threatening.
So when you so I'm trying to understand this. So when you exercise, you create like micro tears in the muscles and then those heal and then that is the process that strengthens your muscles
Yeah,
normally.
but in this case, with this rare condition, it dissolves instead of healing.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. And she
And-
didn't know she had that? She never exercised before in her life?
I mean, maybe this was just like a really intense type of exercise that she hadn't tried before.
Yeah.
Because, the only photo I can see of her is her in a hospital bed covered in a sheet, but she looks pretty fit.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. Also, my version of what looks fit, like all three of us look fit. So I'm not to be trusted.
It's way off.
A friend recommended that Franco try a spin class, and she took her first 45-minute segment on September 15th of this year. Quote, I was definitely pushing myself for sure, but I don't think I was overworking myself to the point where I was like, okay, I really overdid it. But as soon as I stepped off the bike, my knees just gave out and I pretty much fell. I thought that was strange at first, but then I was like, maybe it's just my muscles are tired and weak and just like a little bit sore. A 1-hour spin class can burn anywhere from 600 to 1,000 calories, according to
Jesus.
Tap Fitness magazine.
Oh my God. That seems like a lot.
That's too much. Franco, a Waltham High School graduate who was captain of the soccer and softball teams and a recent graduate of the University of Massachusetts UMass Amherst, told Today that she had trouble walking and had to grab walls and counters for support. She also added that it was difficult to bend her legs and her urine was turning dark brown. Yeah, because your body's trying to metabolize out muscle tissue that's getting into your bloodstream.
Oh, no.
Those are symptoms of rhabdomyolysis, a condition that releases a dangerous protein called creatine kinase into the blood. It can occur after workouts. It's a rare condition with 26,000 cases reported annually in the U.S. Even people who are physically fit can be affected. So I guess it's kind of random.
Oh, weird. So it just was like this sudden onset of
I guess.
muscle melting disease.
Ugh.
Just don't exercise. It's not worth it.
Yeah, don't risk it.
Crying in pain, Franco went to an area hospital. According to an Instagram post, she learned that the amount of creatine kinase in her blood was unsustainably high. 259,000 units per liter when the normal range is about 33 to 211 units per liter.
Holy fucking shit.
Balls. Doctors said they haven't seen such levels before, Franco told Today. I couldn't walk or move and had to be put on a catheter. Just like, get it all out, girl.
Oh, no.
Franco said she's slowly starting to heal, and because this is America, she has to raise money to pay for her medical bills through a GoFundMe page.
Oh, my God.
Although my leg will never be the same and I'll have lifelong complications from this, I am lucky and I'm so grateful because, like, she's alive. She says, I'm alive and my leg was saved. She could have died.
From going to a spin class.
It's not.
So can
worth
she
it.
just like never exercise again? I have so many questions.
Probably just only moderate exercise, I would imagine.
I'd be so scared.
I just wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I'd go back to my status quo of not ever exercising.
Yeah.
Right.
Wishing you a speedy recovery, you poor thing, and never exercise again.
Yeah.
And
Don't risk it.
And just it's at what
Don't
cost?
risk it.
It's not fucking worth it.
At what cost?
Like everybody is a bikini body. Who fucking cares?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna round this out with our douche of the month winner.
Yes.
Got to. This one's out of Los Angeles, LA.
Of course.
But not like the LA
404.
that you might suspect. So here we go. LA firefighter accused of wiping butt with vaccine mandate letter that was handed to him. A Los Angeles firefighter is under investigation over his response to the city's vaccine mandate. The unidentified LAFD employee who was served with a non-compliance letter from the fire department pulled down his pants and wiped his buttocks with it before leaving it on the ground.
Buttocks.
That's gross. So not in the bathroom, like
Nope, in front of everyone as a statement.
Just a statement, not as a okay.
Oh, this is good. The incident allegedly occurred at Fire Station 69
Nice.
in Pacific Palisades. Palisade. The Los Angeles Stentorians, which represents African-American firefighters in the city, called the incident a, quote, terminal offense, like that he could get fired for it. The LA City Stentorians are sickened and disgusted by this horrific display of unprofessionalism, the organization said in a statement. The LA Times reports that the Stentorians took the Stentorians sounds like a Star Trek thing. Like, I love it.
Like they're centaurs or something.
Yeah. Took additional measures by urging the city's mayor, city
Am I
council,
wrong?
and no, it sounds mythical or like space age. I love it. And fire commission to respond promptly to the act. An LAFD spokeswoman voiced that the department is taking the firefighters' response seriously. And I think this person has been placed on leave. Quote, no matter how our members react, all city employees must abide by the city ordinance, either file for an exemption, get vaccinated, or face termination. Like, it's that simple, people. This is how it is.
Right.
More reactions came from the president of the fire commission, Jimmy Woods Gray, who was, quote, beyond appalled. As of now, the unidentified firefighter has been placed on paid administrative leave.
I'm appalled at how bad that fucking joke was.
I know. It's pretty dumb.
Like, that's what is almost most appalling to me.
Yeah. And you also have time to, like, still get, like, you did, like, you got the mandate, but you still have time to get vaccinated and keep your job. Like, just keep your pants up
Uh-huh.
and figure out your next moves. Like either get an exemption.
I don't want this idiot to be responsible for people's lives.
Hey, that's fair, but they had options, and
Right.
this was not the one. This ends by saying the city's new vaccination mandate calls for employees to sign compliance notices. Those who are still waiting to get vaccinated or want exemptions must provide proof of vaccination by December 18th. So they had time to like figure out what they wanted to do. Those who refuse to comply must go unpaid and be taken off duty. This has been the case pretty much since vaccines rolled out.
Yeah,
With
fucking
like
catch
most city sponsored and like government backed jobs. So this isn't new.
Fucking over
news.
these people. These
I know.
morons. Whatever. Just fucking stop.
Yeah. And if you don't want to get vaccinated, cool. But you have like there are consequences. It
Right.
is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is.
then
I wash
you
my hands.
Get
of
a
it.
different job. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing about these vaccine requirements. It's not like get vaccinated or be sent to prison. It's
Right.
get vaccinated or you can't do this job. Just like if you don't, follow other rules about your place of work, you
Right. can't
work there.
Yeah. It's,
Or in
yeah.
terms of vaccination, if your kids aren't vaccinated for certain things, they can't go to a fucking public school. This is nothing new.
Right.
Oh, 1,000%. This
Right.
is totally
The mandate-
And get a
normal.
visa to a lot of countries if you don't have specific vaccines. It's nothing
Exactly.
fucking new.
Right. It's been that
Exactly.
way forever.
Anyway, those are all my headlines. So
Good job.
go
Well done.
breastfeed your cat.
Oh, I
And,
can't wait.
you know,
I know,
as
Ray.
per
Ray's
as
a
per
hungry
you,
boy.
Ray.
He's a
my
growing
hungry
boy.
guy.
He has
Oh my
to get his
God.
calcium.
Ish. Gross. And in the meantime, while you are preparing a bottle for your cat, if you see a fun headline,
He's not bottle fed yet.
you can send it our way through the contact us portal of our website. Drop down funny headline.
Go
And by the
Alright.
way, same
portal,
goes for
you stentorians.
Right.
same goes for Kenyon's Coven Confessions and for
Yeah.
my corner. So
Oh, yeah.
go to that contact page.
All right. Well,
I
let's
love
hear
it.
a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll get to some confessions.
Fabulous.
Sometimes the holidays, while wonderful, can also have some maybe funny or uncomfortable moments.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you imbibed a little too much at the holiday work party.
Mm-hmm. A rogue cousin got a little mad and yelled at everybody in the family.
Yeah, that can happen. But with Third Love, comfort is always a given. So we know the holidays can be hectic, stressful, or just downright uncomfortable. This holiday season, give the gift of comfort with Third Love, your one-stop shop for all the people with boobs in your life.
Oh, my boobs have never felt more gifted than when I'm wearing a Third Love bra. They're so soft. They're like kind of stretchy. They just mold to your body. They're amazing. They have so many different sizes, fits. I have 2 drastically different sized boobs. And I have found bras that work for me. There's no gappage. I just, they have like the removable pads on one side. So I just take them off of my big side, put the extra padding in my little side, and I'm good to go.
You're evened out.
I'm evened out. It's absolutely amazing. Third Love offers the fitting room quiz. It's like a personal shopper, but even better. It focuses on size, breast shape, current fit issues. Like for me, it was that horrible gap on one side.
Yeah.
And your personal style to fit bras and underwear that are perfect for you. They have helped 18 million people with boobs find their true bra size because most people, you're probably not wearing the right size bra.
I wasn't. I found
I
out
sure
from
wasn't.
this quiz that I was wearing a radically wrong size bra, which is why I, hated bras so much. And now that I have ones that fit from Third Love, I like them.
I got a go-to type of bra. I'm all about that wireless life. Oh my
Can't
God.
go back. Cannot
I
go
can never
back.
go back. And my favorite part about Third Love is that they are the largest donor of undergarments in the United States, donating over $40 million worth of bras to help people in need.
I love
Oh,
that.
I love that. But feeling is believing. So upgrade to everyday pieces that love your body as much as you do. Right now, you can get 20% off your first order at thirdlove.com/gals. That's 20% off at thirdlove.com/gals and treat your boobies.
Treat 'em. All right. If you've listened to our show, then you know that we are all three obsessed with playing Best Fiends absolutely year round. But I have been especially loving playing it now that, like, it's getting darker earlier and I'm staying in my cozy PJs at home more. And, you know, it's the holidays. And so maybe I'm like not doing my work as productively.
Or you just need to disengage
Or
at like a party or something.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a little pick-me-up when you need that break from the holiday action, and Best Fiends is perfect for that.
It is my favorite game. I love it so much. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I'm on level 2,368.
God,
My lord.
gosh, dang it.
Yeah, I love it. I played in the bathtub. I recently traveled for a family wedding, and you don't need the internet to play it, so I like played it on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I hate to fly. This is like my airplane therapy. And I love how they kind of change it up and they do little like side quests and fun, you know, like holiday seasonal incentives. Like right now I'm in real deep in the holiday heroics, like bonus games. It's so much fun. This is like the most unique game ever. Best Fiends seriously has it all. It has an amazing storyline. It has collectible fiends. I love a collectible. Tons of fun puzzles. I seriously cannot put it down. It's quite possibly the best puzzle game out there. And like I said, you don't need Wi-Fi. You can play it wherever and whenever you want to with offline mode. And so if your holiday travels are taking you off the beaten path, you can still play Best Fiends. If you fall in a well, you can play Best Fiends.
Maybe use your battery to call for help, but then play Best Fiends.
While you're waiting.
Yeah.
While you're waiting for rescue, play Best Fiends. And it's great because it's always challenging. Like, they switch it up all the time. And I am pretty good. I'm pretty far along, as you know. But, you know, they have thousands of levels with more added all the time. So I don't have to worry that I'm going to run out of game. It's my favorite.
You'll never run out.
No.
So download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
All right, are we ready for some Coven confessions?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I don't think there's really a theme this month, but it's a good smattering.
You always say you don't think there's a theme, and we
always
always find
find a
one.
theme.
There's
All
right.
always a loose thread.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, first one. Hey, ladies, I fucking love your podcast. It kept me sane in this shit show that is 2020. When it all gets a bit much, I stick my headphones in and turn you gals on. Wink, wink.
Oh, yeah.
I was listening to the latest GACC episode about the girl that kicked the dude out of her apartment after he brought over a briefcase of sex toys, and it reminded me of something that happened to me about 10 years ago. So here we go. While I was at university, I had a massive crush on a guy on my course. Let's call him Dan. It's always a fucking Dan, right?
Let's.
He was literally the most beautiful man I have ever seen. Dark curly hair, charming smile, cute Welsh accent, the works. This person is clearly English or British, so not as exotic as if there was a hot Welsh guy here, but
Sure.
Got
still.
it. Okay.
Imagine my joy when after graduation he got a job at the same company as me. We had kept in touch, and as the job was in my home city of London, and he was currently living with his parents in Wales, I invited him to come stay at my parents' house for the night as he needed somewhere to crash while he sorted out somewhere more permanent to live. Yes.
Got it.
I took Dan out for the evening and showed him the sights of our dreary North London suburb. And after a few too many glasses of cheap rosé and some outrageous flirting at the local pub,
Oh.
we decided to call it a night and head back to my parents' house. So far, this is literally like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
Dan was supposed to be staying in the spare room, but one thing led to another, and he ended up in my room.
It happens.
Things got a bit steamy, and I couldn't believe that I had finally got this gorgeous hunk of Welshman into my bed.
Dang.
Ooh.
My wank bank would be full for years.
Ish. God.
I'm just picturing young Fleabag, basically. Anyway, we are both fully naked and the main course is about to begin, as it were. Dan is on top of me, but is having some difficulty finding the entry point.
I think it's in.
That's my thigh.
That's my thigh.
Dude was a biology degree, but couldn't find my vagina. Fuck's sake.
Classic.
Where's your cloaca?
Oh my God. Oh my
Supposed to
God.
massage your cloaca.
Where's your cloaca? Ma'am. Good Lord.
I hear you can breathe through it.
Oh. This hole has everything.
Cloacas have everything.
Oh
It
my
all
God.
went downhill from there.
It always does.
I put my hand down to guide him in the right direction. Dan seemed to like this very much and starts jackhammering away
Oh.
at my hand and inner thigh.
No.
He didn't even make it inside me.
Good
Oh,
Lord.
Dan. No.
I lay there like an awkwardly trussed up chicken until he's done.
No.
I don't know why.
legs up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thanksgiving.
I know. I don't
No.
know why I didn't say something. I think I couldn't quite believe that the object of my verging on obsessive crush was so terrible at sex. They were just like stunned.
Oh,
This is the best.
Oh my God.
This is the best part.
Oh no.
Yeah, I fucking can't.
Oh.
Dan looks up, flushed with the exertion and looking very pleased with himself, and says, "Wow, that was amazing. It felt so great. Did I just do you up the arse?"
No.
what?
No.
He thought it was in her ass?
No.
Yes.
No.
He was really turned around. He had a really bad
No.
sense of direction.
He was lost.
Oh, someone get this man some directions.
Oh my, no. I can't even.
And to even say those words out loud, even if that were the case.
Did I just do you up the arse?
This can't be real.
And then they back to their quote. "No, mate, you did not. Not even close."
Nope, not so much.
Uh-uh.
I told him it was probably best if he spent the night in the spare room as planned. Didn't want to upset mom and dad and all that.
Oh no.
Hopefully my parents didn't hear anything, and if they did, it was never mentioned. Needless to say, Dan was never invited over again. I did, however, promptly tell all the girls in the office.
Got to.
Oh, yeah.
You got to.
Moral of the story is never have sex with the guy you've had a crush on for 3 years. You will only be disappointed.
Oh
I
my
mean,
Lord.
they've got a point.
Oh my God.
Holy shit, that's bad.
I love it so much.
That's amazing.
Okay, anyway. So,
I'm embarrassed for this.
poor
I
Dan.
love it.
Did I just fuck you up the ass?
And that's the thing. This guy thinks now that he
that's how
has
that
had
works.
anal sex. And he
Oh, yeah.
didn't even have penetrative sex.
Sounds like he's confused on a few levels.
They're like, nailed it.
Maybe that's how they do it in Wales.
Oh my God. That's just the Wales version of,
All of our
intercourse.
Welsh listeners are like, no.
No.
We don't do that. Don't you, though?
Meaning
Don't
both of our
you?
Welsh listeners.
Oh my God. Okay, next one. Hey, Gaias. This may
I love
not.
that.
I know. This may not be the worst thing I've ever done, but it's up there and pretty damn funny. One Halloween in college, I dressed up as Amy Poehler from Mean Girls.
Okay.
So, like,
Not a regular mom, a cool mom.
exactly. This costume was on point. I found a hot pink juicy sweatsuit at a thrift store.
Yes.
Wore 2 push-up bras and made some fierce and giant nipples out of duct tape.
I love fierce and giant nipples.
Complete with a stuffed dog safety pinned to my rock-hard nip.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to steal this. I'm absolutely
details.
stealing this costume idea. This is brilliant. I walked around all night with a chocolate bar and tie-dye condoms in my bra, interrupting conversations. Do you guys need anything? Some snacks? A condom? Let me know.
Some snacks, a condom.
Just a single condom.
If you're going to drink, I'd just rather you do it here.
Do it in the house.
The way she like rolls her eyes when she says
alcohol
that
in
is
this?
so
No.
good.
Do you want some?
Rather you drink in the house.
As the party I was at died down, I ran into a former booty call. Full disclosure, I had just tested positive for chlamydia and was not in the clear to bone, even though I'm pretty sure it was this dirty hippie that gave it to me. Nevertheless, I went home with him and we made out a little and I passed out in his bed. Still all done up in my cool mom glory. How I managed to fall asleep with 2 padded bras on, even as drunk as I was, is beyond me. When I woke up in the morning, I was covered in sticky brown goo.
No.
I gave him some seriously nasty looks and asked him what the fuck was in his bed. He was perplexed, but I told him he should wash his sheets more often and left, and that he probably gave me chlamydia, so I was really not worried about hurting his feelings.
Yeah, clearly.
Fast forward, I get home and begin to peel my nasty, sticky costume off of my body. And what do I find?
No.
The source of the goo.
No.
A half-eaten chocolate bar shoved
it.
in my bra.
No.
I mean,
It's your
we've
own
all been
fault.
there.
I'm a hot sleeper, and this damn thing had melted all over me and the dirty hippie's bed. Oops. I never fessed up, and that... Oops. Oops. I never fessed up that the mess was my fault and never heeded his sexual advances again. Thanks for reading. You gals are the best.
Oh my God.
And then, I'm not going to say their name, but they did say, use whatever pronouns you want. Mix it up. I'm a salad.
I love that.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
So it just reminded me of Lucy's Kit Kat moment.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love, though, that they first thought it was this person's bed.
Yeah, you are foul. Your sheets. You probably gave me chlamydia, asshole.
You're
Gets
disgusting.
Gets home, there's a Snickers in their own bra. Oh, oops. Well, I'm not following up.
Well, I'm not apologizing.
Yeah, well, it could have easily been your fault, so
That's Amanda.
that's on you.
It could have been your fault.
Yeah,
So-
it's probably still your fault, so
So,
bye. So,
Okay. Next one's a shorty. Quote, so I will start this out by saying that I know there are some issues with consent and I would never do this again, but at the time it was very satisfying.
this isn't what's the most consent thing you've ever done. It's the worst thing you've ever done.
Right. My high school boyfriend was a gem. After I caught him cheating on me, but before he knew that I knew, I offered him a blowjob.
Okay.
The whole time I thought about biting him, but that didn't seem like enough.
Okay.
I needed to do something that would really hurt his fragile male ego.
Okay.
So I finished the deed and hold his, let's call it sauce, in my mouth.
oh,
Instead of swallowing it or spitting it out, I went in for a kiss with it still in my mouth and spit it into his mouth.
You can't do that without having a chat.
Well,
No.
they
Well, she
said
was
there were
pissed at
issues
him.
with consent and it's
Yeah, I
high
know.
school.
I get it, but still.
He lost his mind and I told him he could go cry to Carmen about it.
Who's Carmen?
The one he cheated with, obviously.
Oh, right. Okay.
Go cry to Carmen about it.
I wasn't following. That's amazing.
No, they didn't mention it at the top. It was just implied.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
go cry to Carmen about
Oh,
it.
cry to Carmen about
That was their big flounce walk away
it.
moment.
I'm
Bye.
going to say that in a lot of different circumstances at this
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
That's
cry to
good.
Carmen about it.
Go cry to Carmen
It just
about
rolls off the tongue.
It does.
If
Really
you
does.
will.
It really does.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh my God. Okay.
Ish.
This next one is really gross.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's a...
It's
okay.
just, I'm just warning you, if you're eating, stop.
I'm not. Thank you.
But for listeners, because I have a very high tolerance and I literally gagged reading it.
Wow. All
Okay.
right.
Okay. So, hey gals. I've wanted to write in for a while, but didn't think I had anything to confess until stumbling. Everyone has something to confess.
Mhm.
It's whether or not you're willing to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The question. Until stumbling across the intersection of Kenyon's love for Dr. Pimple Popper and y'all's fondness for explosive shits in a
Do
recent
love an
episode of
explosive
GACC.
shit.
Check and mate. For as long as I can remember, I've had a very small bump under the skin in front of my right ear, which I never really paid much attention to since you can't see it under my facial hair.
Mhm.
That was until 2009 when I was 20 years old and going on a trip to Africa to photograph the opening of HIV testing clinics for an LA-based nonprofit. Wow, that's like a very cool job.
Mhm.
Also, aren't these little like bumps by your ears and your eyes just like little calcium deposits?
I think this was slightly bigger than what you're referring to.
Oh, okay.
But it was like, I am assuming this person has like a beard or sideburns or something. And so, you know, they just never
Covered up a little
We
bit.
had covered up. They just never thought about it. It was just like a bump that they'd had on their face forever.
Got it.
So my flight from LA to Johannesburg had layovers in both Toronto and London. And by the time I landed in South Africa, I noticed that my formerly unnoticeable sideburn bump was a bit swollen.
Uh-oh.
I chalked it up to the changing cabin pressures from taking off and landing so many times within 24 hours and assumed the swelling would go down. But that is not what happened.
Oh, no, it's not.
After a week in South Africa, including flights to and from Durban, so more fucking flying, I landed at Entebbe Airport in Uganda, where my full-blown cyst was now the size of a large grape.
Ooh,
Oh,
she
that's
growing.
big.
Mm-hmm. A week after that, and this person didn't want to get it seen to in Uganda,
Mhm.
a week after that, I boarded the plane from Entebbe to London, south of Penistone, where
A handful of miles south.
where I would then take the subway to St. Pancras Station, the Channel, and
St. Pancreas.
Watch your pancreas station, the Channel, and 2 more subways to a family friend's home in Brussels to drop off some luggage before taking the high-speed train to Paris for a week of vacation. So they're just all over the fucking map.
Yeah.
Again, it's 2009. It's very pre-COVID. I was apprehensive of all the changing pressures ahead of me, but figured I would just power through until I could address my throbbing seedless grape in Paris properly.
Oh,
that was a way to
God.
describe it.
Just
Thank you.
Seedless grape.
Thank you, friend. Thank you for
This
being
seems straight
a
up
friend.
your alley, personally.
Just wait.
Kenyon picked this only for her. It's not. This does not serve us in any way. None. We know what you did.
Against the odds, I was upgraded to first class on my British Airways flight to London and settled into the bed with the over-the-ear headphones and a movie, trying to drown out the pain coming from the side of my head.
Oh, God.
It was just 2 hours into the nearly 11-hour flight when I knew something was very, very wrong. I had been warned not to drink the tap water in Uganda, and while my bowels started to stage a mutiny at 30,000 feet, I recalled the fatal flaw of brushing my teeth that morning with water directly from the tap
Uh-oh.
and was now experiencing the initial symptoms of dysentery. Huzzah!
Oh. Uh-oh.
Huzzah!
Was it actually dysentery?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
In first class. I love it.
Oh,
I was barely
no.
able to slam the bathroom door closed before I loudly exploded all over the toilet. I must have lost 4 to 5 pounds in that instant.
Yeah, it's dysentery.
I sat there for a while, asshole burning and anticipating a round 2 that never came, before I dared to stand up, wipe myself down and the toilet, and flush it twice.
Oh my God.
At this point, I must have already been in the bathroom for 10 to 15 minutes, but my headphones had been pressing on my cyst for the past 2-ish hours, and she was throbbing.
Oh. I'm so sorry for this person.
I'm so sorry for anyone else near that bathroom.
There's a lot going on.
Oh, God.
I got close to the mirror, looked at the pulsing red lump on the side of my head.
We're done.
It exploded, didn't it?
Next.
And tried gingerly rubbing it with my finger to soothe the pain.
Oh, no.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
There's more?
You're not ready. Get a bag. Get an airline sick bag.
Get a bag.
I might have to take my headphones off.
It was in that moment when I can only describe as an unholy amount of vinegar-smelling, extra creamy vodka sauce, exorcist-style projectile vomited from the side of my head all over the mirror and oozed down the side of my face. As Amanda got, she got down.
I think she's really throwing up.
Oh, are you throwing up?
She took her headphones off to go barf in the trash. I think she threw up.
Amanda, are you there? Oh, no.
She's not there.
Oh, my God.
There's more.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
I missed the last 40 seconds of what you said.
Oh,
'cause I
you
was
missed
dry
the
heaving it.
worst part.
No. Do not back up.
Should I repeat?
No.
Okay.
Extra
No.
creamy
Next.
vodka.
Next.
Okay. All right, back to
God.
this. Back to this.
God.
Back to this quote. I started dry heaving from the smell alone.
Ah!
The fact that smell was worse than what came out of this person's asshole says a lot.
For those keeping score, I have now stained and stunk up the first-class toilet with explosive dysentery shit.
Stained.
Covered the mirror and sink with hot, creamy cyst spunk.
Okay. Bye.
Currently dry heaving. I had become the exorcist. Is Amanda really gone again?
Yes. She's not here.
All right, I'm going to keep going. With the floodgates opened, I juiced the grape as much as I could.
I mean, what else can you do at that point?
Yeah, and frantically tried to clean off the mirror with paper towels. This is the part that got me. Which kind of just smudged everything around.
I mean, airplane paper towels are not known for their absorbency.
I know, that's what I went, but with some water, and people started to knock on the door.
Like, I got a lot of issues going on right now. Give me a fucking minute.
I got a lot of balls in the air, people.
I'm juggling a lot.
I'm a single mom in here, okay?
Is it over yet?
No. Well, the gross part is over.
I don't believe you.
It is.
Did you really throw up?
nothing came out because I haven't had dinner yet, thank God. I dry heaved into my office trash can.
And you didn't even hear the worst part.
You didn't. Okay. I cleaned up.
Please don't back up.
I'm not. I cleaned up as best I could and bolted out of that literal hellscape back to my seat, avoiding eye contact with the 3 people waiting in line.
Okay, just stop waiting. Just go into steerage. Use the plebe bathroom in the back.
Shovel
Leave me the
coal.
fuck alone.
Fucking trust us.
Holy
If you're listening, I'm
shit.
truly sorry. This wasn't the way I wanted to experience my first class flight either. As disgusting as it was, the pressure release from my cyst was glorious, and I managed to make it to Brussels without issue from my face or ass. That is until I got to the family friend's house at 1 a.m. after traveling all day, crouched down to unpack one of my bags, and promptly shit my pants.
That's the least of your
know.
issues.
You poor baby. You've been through a lot.
I've been through the
You
ringer.
must be really dehydrated at this point.
My
I
God.
froze for a minute thinking, of course, before stripping down and tying up my shitty underwear and pants in a plastic trash bag. After a very long, very hot shower, I was able to sneak the bag out to the trash bin on the street. No one the wiser.
They decommissioned that airplane. It's no longer in use. She done.
All the flight attendants just retired.
Never,
Yeah. I'm like, well,
never-
thank you. That was my last flight.
never go
Too
into
old
the
for this shit.
bathroom on an airplane if somebody's been in there for that long. Don't do it.
No,
It
yeah,
do-
go
do
go
not.
use one of the other 4 bathrooms.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So that was that. And now we have one
That
more
was
shorty.
that.
I'm not okay.
I am not well.
I am not well.
All right. Quote. This is piggybacking off of, damn it, Patty, go get my tools.
Yes.
And damn it to hell, Gabrielle, go get the damn dog.
Get the damn dog.
So this is actually my coworker's story, but here it goes. My coworker's uncle and aunt had been burglarized and very traumatized by the event. Some time had passed and they were getting out Christmas decorations from the attic. They were setting up the nativity scene and my coworker's uncle realized the baby Jesus was missing and
no.
yelled to his wife, "Son of a bitch, they stole the baby Jesus."
Amazing.
But
There's a crime afoot.
I guess in this particular nativity scene, Mary is holding the baby Jesus and the manger is empty. Even though they've had this nativity scene for some time, he had never realized this detail and immediately jumped to the idea that burglars sought out a plastic baby Jesus from a Christmas display to steal. And that's it.
Wow. You're done?
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! They stole the baby Jesus!
Especially when referring
Oh my
to the
God.
baby Jesus to exclaim son of a bitch. So it's kind of a lot.
So those are the confessions this month.
Wow.
That is amazing.
I will never think of Entebbe without thinking of this story ever again.
Of what?
Entebbe, the
That
city,
airport,
the
yeah.
airport in
Oh,
Uganda.
okay.
Keep up.
Sorry.
Ugh. I'm sweaty from working my way through that.
Yeah, you
It's-
had some fucking wild ones this month.
This was not.
I warned you.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I did
I was
warn
fine.
you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
well-
thank you. Really,
welcome.
really thank you.
No, thank
what?
you.
Thank the person who sent that in, and I hope your face has gone back to normal by now.
Yeah.
I think they're dead. I don't think that they're alive. I think someone else wrote that.
Their immune system had a lot happening.
It's funny that the dysentery wasn't the
grossest
key
part.
player in that story.
No. If anything, it was a distraction.
It was a red herring.
The easiest part.
It was a brown herring. All right, let's hear a quick word from our sponsors while Amanda recovers. Maybe go rinse your mouth out.
I didn't puke. It was just dry. So dry.
You had the same reaction as the writer in.
Yeah, they also dry heaved.
Should we read it again?
No.
Yeah, you missed some of the key parts.
Yeah, you really did.
Okay. I'll listen later.
We'll be right back. You know, it's funny. There are all these gimmicks that promise a great night's sleep. And I don't really care what kind of toppers there are or how heavy a blanket may be. Frankly, it's lipstick on a pig. If you're sleeping on a terrible mattress, aka the pig, your sleep will be terrible. Straight up, it's that simple. And that's why we strongly recommend sleeping on a purple mattress.
Game changer.
Absolute game changer. I now have 2 purple mattresses in my house. I am completely obsessed. And that is because only purple mattresses have the Gel Flex Grid system. So this is like a super stretchy, ultra squishy material that like adapts and flexes around your pressure points and yet doesn't retain heat. It's
It's
just
futuristic.
It really is. It's like what astronauts sleep on.
Yes, I would assume they send these to space every launch.
So the Gel Flex Grid is just amazingly supportive for your back and legs while still like cushioning your shoulders, neck, and hips. So it's perfect for no matter how you sleep. I flop around.
You're a thrasher.
I'm a thrasher.
Yeah.
I change position a lot. I'm mainly a side and unfortunately a stomach sleeper. And I have like chronic back pain. But the purple mattress has like seriously changed my life. It's so good. And it's very different from memory foam, which like remembers things.
Too much. It remembers too much.
I used to have a memory foam mattress topper and you think that it's good, but then actually it just messes you up. So thanks to the Gel Flex Grid, purple mattresses bounce back as you move and shift, like right away. They don't, take time to rise. It's instant. So you never have that like stuck feeling that you can get from memory foam. It's amazing. So try your purple mattress risk-free with free shipping and returns, and financing is available too.
Oh, I love that. So getting a great night's sleep starts with having a great mattress. Get a purple mattress. Get it. Go to purple.com/gals10 and use code GALS10, that's GALS10. For a limited time, you can get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/gals10, code GALS10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. One more time, purple.com/gals10, promo code GALS10, terms apply, and treat your sleep.
Treat it. Who doesn't love to live well? To just be perfectly at ease in comfort and style. That's how I choose to live. At all times. In my dreams. But actually, Hunter Douglas can help you do just that with their innovative window shade designs, gorgeous fabrics, and control systems. They're so advanced, they can be scheduled to automatically adjust to their optimal position throughout the day. We are like living in the future.
Yeah, it's like living in an at-home space station. I can't.
Yeah.
And, perhaps it's the way the shades diffuse harsh sunlight to cast a beautiful glow across the room, which, if you live in a state like Minnesota where we're blessed with a lot of sun all year, but when it, ricochets off the snow, there is such a thing as too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these shades are real nice. Or being able to enjoy the view outside the window while protecting your privacy inside. Maybe it's the superior insulation the shades provide. Hello, we are under many inches of snow. It is very cold here. Insulation is the name of the game. It's keeping you warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer by lowering utility bills. Big plus. Or is it simply that Goldilocks moment when you walk into a room and everything about it just looks and feels right? We get those moments so rarely. Enjoy them. And when you tap into Hunter Douglas's Power View technology, your shades can be set automatically, like Kenyon said, to reposition for the perfect balance of light, privacy, and insulation morning, noon, and night. So live beautifully with Hunter Douglas. Enjoy greater convenience, enhanced style, and increased comfort in your home throughout the day.
Oh, that's so nice. Visit hunterdouglas.com/gals today for your free Style Gets Smarter design guide with fresh takes, creative ideas, and smart solutions for dressing your windows. That's hunterdouglas.com/gals for your free design guide and treat your windows.
Treat 'em.
The holidays are the most wonderful time of the year.
And definitely not stressful at all.
No, but if you're running an online store, you know they can also be the craziest time of the year. Because you've got inventory to manage, you've got orders to fill, you've got a growing list of stressed out customers and yourself checking in multiple times a day, wondering where those last minute gifts are and if they'll arrive on time.
Yep.
Is anyone triggered? Because I am.
Yeah.
But with ShipStation, the hassle of shipping out holiday orders melts away, leaving you with happier customers and more freedom to run your business or enjoy some much-needed time off.
Oh my good Lord. I remember the days when I used to fulfill everything from my living room.
Uh-huh.
Thank the sweet Lord those days are over. But, you know, it's still stressful, but it doesn't have to be as stressful as it once was for me. So ShipStation, it's just so easy. Their interface is so simple. You can manage it from an app on your phone. I gotta say, it felt very daunting when we were first setting up our e-commerce site. But
Right.
with ShipStation, just to bring everything together and wrap it up in a nice little bow, and just the ease of use after setting it up, like fully running it, I can never go back. I absolutely love it. So if you sell anything online, I don't need to tell you that shipping can be super duper frustrating. There are so many carriers and a ton of factors that go into figuring out the best rate for each order. Yeah, that's an understatement.
It's too much. It's too much.
Oh my God, it's a lot. And with more people shopping online every year, the added holiday stress really doesn't help. ShipStation makes shipping the easy part of running your online store, so you can get back to doing what you're passionate about, which is growing your business, and not like logistics and shipping rates and blah, blah, blah. So,
Which some people are passionate about, not us.
well, yeah, I guess those people might be out there somewhere. So you can easily import orders from every sales channel, whether it's Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Wine and Crime Podcast at BigHertel.com, and automate just about any shipping task, all from one easy-to-use dashboard. And changing your shipping solution can seem daunting, like I said, but with the holidays here, now is the time to think about making that change. ShipStation works with all major carriers, international and local, including FedEx, USPS, and UPS, and you even get access to discounted rates that are usually reserved for Fortune 500 companies.
Luck.
There's a reason why those big companies can offer like free or discounted shipping, and it's because they have that little inside scoop. And guess what? It's available to you now also. So not only is shipping easy, but you can actually save money. So it's no wonder 98% of companies that use ShipStation for a year keep using it for as long as they're in business. It is that good.
Absolutely. So make this holiday season a little brighter with ShipStation. Use our offer code GALS, G-A-L-S, to get a 60-day free trial, just enough time to handle the holiday rush. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top, and enter code GALS. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
I got a few things for us this month. This first one was sent in by Jenna McCloskey. The headline reads, a Massachusetts funeral home is being sued after a casket broke open during a burial and the body fell out.
Oh my God.
no.
Have you ever watched the sketch comedy show on Netflix, I Think You Should Leave?
I don't
No.
think so.
It's so fucking weird. It's so good. I love like the Tim and Eric Awesome Show Good Job humor. So I Think You Should Leave is like a polished, elevated,
Less
goofy
nightmarish
version of that. Yeah. And there's a sketch where the dude is like advertising for a television show that's just a hidden camera show about people falling out of coffins. And it's so fucking funny. I'll send you a link, but that's exactly what this is.
Oh, no.
I love it.
Well, this is actually kind of graphic.
Oh, God. I can't wait. Let's go.
All right, a family is suing a Massachusetts funeral home saying their family member's casket broke open as it was being lowered into the ground and his body fell out.
So the bottom broke and then the body just fell.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
The family of Andrew Serrano filed a lawsuit against the Perez Funeral Home last Wednesday in the Essex Superior Court in the city of Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Ooh.
This is all being reported by the Eagle Tribune. The lawsuit said that during the funeral in April of 2019, this happened a while ago, but as we know, it takes a while for things to kind of come to light, especially in like the courts. Quote, one of the side straps on the city-owned casket lowering device broke, causing Mr. Serrano's casket to fall into the grave and break apart.
So
the
really they
newspaper
should
reported.
sue the city,
Yeah.
not the funeral home.
I mean,
First of
maybe.
all, you could get more money from the city.
True, and we'll get to how much they're asking for because it's a little confusing.
Okay.
The family listed 9 counts in the lawsuit, including negligence and negligent and reckless infliction of emotional distress. Their lawsuit said that when the casket broke apart, Serrano's corpse, quote, fell out of the casket and into the grave where it started oozing fluid.
Whoa, why?
Amanda.
Why?
They got a lot of oozing here.
Oh, no.
They said it was witnessed by, quote, horrified family members who became visibly distraught and hysterical. Duh.
Okay, now I'm actually feeling a little weak in the knees.
I hate
if it
you
makes
both
you feel any better,
so fucking much.
I'm sure the fluids oozing out
Stop.
were like embalming,
Yeah.
not like bodily fluids
I'm
for
just
the most part.
picturing corpse juice coming out of that cyst right now.
Yeah, I'm sure the smell was equally as bad.
Okay.
Okay, here's an interesting detail. Some family members then leapt into the grave to help.
No. Come
Were
on.
you helping?
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait for professional assistance.
Yeah.
Don't be a hero.
Don't
Yeah.
be a hero. My God. The body was eventually brought back to the funeral home, and Serrano was buried a few days later.
Ooh.
The funeral took place in the Bellevue Cemetery, which is owned by the city of Lawrence. The lawsuit also named the city, the cemetery's board of trustees, and its directors.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this is the part that the family is seeking at least $50,001 in damages.
Yes, get that one.
Yep. All right.
It's like Jeopardy rules or something.
There's got to be some sort of threshold, that they're trying to reach.
maybe
yeah.
like under $50,000 in damages. It is in a different case or a different like category for the courts, and they need it to be in the bigger category. I don't know.
Maybe, then make it a bigger number.
I think $50,000 is fair. I would have
That's a
asked
lot.
for more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that'll give you some nice nice visuals there.
Mhm. Yeah, make sure that your grave lowering equipment is up to snuff.
Functional.
Yeah.
Well, like the straps aren't like fraying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
God.
fact that the whole thing fell apart and the casket fell down far enough that it broke and the body fell out.
And caskets are not cheap, so do they have to buy a
No,
new
they are not.
casket?
Oh, I doubt it. I mean, this funeral home's on the hook for quite a bit. I'm sure they
Yeah.
could throw in a free fucking casket.
Throw in a casket.
Would it kill you to throw in a casket?
Yeah,
Just
would it
get
kill
a
ya?
casket.
Throw in another casket.
Okay, next. This one was sent in by Grace Fisher, who recently lost their mom. So shout out Grace Fisher. I'm so sorry
Oh, honey.
about your dearly departed mama. Okay, so in the wake of the Travis Scott concert tragedy, NPR published an article with 8 tips on how to survive a crushing crowd.
Scary, but important knowledge.
Yeah.
You know how I like to tell you about like lightning strikes and crushing crowds?
New
Yeah.
things to be terrified about. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
But also how to help you survive in the event of XYZ. Okay, so NPR interviewed Mehdi Musaid, a research scientist in Berlin who studies crowd behavior. Also, what a cool area of study.
I feel like I heard this segment and it was actually fascinating.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so Musaid says most of the time what we do is that we give advice to organizers about managing crowds, but actually we don't give so often advice to the people that are actually in there, the people for whom it makes a difference. So this is my PSA. If you are ever in a crowd, keep these things in mind. Also, I feel like, like as concerts are sort of reviving and festivals and things like that,
people are out of practice, and people are also maybe more like skittish in big crowds.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Also, just the whole Travis Scott concert thing, it did not need to happen.
So sad.
A lot of mistakes were made. And then also, like, I mean, Amanda has been in a situation where there was like a mass shooter and you had to run.
Yeah.
You know, like, sadly, because of the state of our fucking society.
Right. You need exits and escape routes and crowd control in big circumstances.
You've been in a couple of circumstances where you're in a actively dangerous situation and had to run away.
Listen, I live a dangerous life, baby.
Yeah, danger is your middle name.
It's first, middle, and last.
Well, it shouldn't be because I hate it.
Well,
and I feared for your life.
And I
both
don't
times.
like it.
Sure.
Okay, tip number 1. Keep your eyes open for danger signs. Once you're in a crowd and you start feeling the pressure, it's almost already too late to act. So the best thing you can do is to try not to put yourself into this critical situation in the first place.
This is not helpful for somebody who has anxiety.
Well, just stick to the
I'm just
back
zoning out.
perimeter.
Yeah. Okay.
So most people don't realize that it's dangerous, and we don't have this culture of being aware of the dangers of the crowd. And yes, indeed, it is dangerous. The most important advice is to be aware that there could be a danger if the crowd is too dense around you. Tip number 2, leave as soon as you sense that the crowd is getting too dense. And we'll get back to the crowd density factor, because that's also an important thing to like understand. So if you start feeling uncomfortable, but you still have time and some freedom of movement, then just go away. It's something that people don't have in mind. They're like, oh, I don't feel good, but this concert is nice, so I'm just going to keep pushing and go toward like the stage.
Sure.
Right.
But don't do that. If you feel bad, it means that it really is dangerous. So just move away and keep yourself safe.
Yeah. If you're getting like very jostled and like people are up in your grill and like, no, getting closer to the stage is not going to improve that.
Right.
I was at a Yeah Yeah Yeahs show at First Ave like a billion years ago. And it's First Ave, so it's not a big venue. And I don't think that I was in danger of a crushing crowd, but we did get there early and I was right next to the stage and I was really excited about that. But I started to feel like I was going to faint. And so I just made the decision to like go to the bar, get some water and sit in the back and watch the show from the back. And that at the end of the day, it was way more enjoyable than feeling sick and potentially putting myself in danger by staying just to be close to the stage.
You made the right call. You made the right call.
Okay, next tip. Stay standing and do not put a backpack on the ground. Staying on your feet is important because if you fall, it's going to be really difficult to stand up again precisely because there are too many people. Like if you fall, even if you're on your hands and knees, you're
going to get kicked in the head, kicked in the face.
You can get trampled.
But you're still taking up 3 times the space as your body would if it were standing. So like you make more room for yourself and stay on your feet.
Right.
It also helps others because if you fall, you're going to be an obstacle for your neighbors who are most likely going to fall in turn, possibly on your body. And this will create a chain reaction. You don't want to be under this big pack of people. That is absolutely dangerous. Obstacles are terrible. It could be a body in this worst case scenario, but even just a backpack left on the ground would be an obstacle that increases the risk that somebody would fall on it.
Yep. Scary. Also, I will say this, and man, I'm showing my age, but I feel like I used to be like when I was
young and my vessel was healthy. I used to be the person who wore like high heels to concerts. Like,
Never again.
don't.
Yeah.
Don't do it. First of all, no one gives a shit.
No one can even see your feet.
No one can see your feet. You're just a burden to those around you because you're walking slow and whatever. And you're putting yourself in like a lot of danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never worth it.
I mean,
Wear
frankly, high
sensible
heels are
shoes.
never worth it in any context.
Yep.
Okay, next tip. Lack of oxygen is the killer in crowds, so preserve the space around your chest. So this guy says, people often ask me, why do we die in a crowd? What is the actual cause of death? And the cause is not having enough oxygen. You're so densely packed that your lungs don't have enough space to do their jobs to keep you breathing.
Oh my God. Okay.
Isn't that so gross?
That's really scary.
So that's one thing that is super useful that people should be aware of. The problem is going to be breathing. If you can maintain sufficient space for you to breathe, you're going to be okay. So put your arms out in front, just in front of your chest, and hold them there. In this position, you would have some space, just a little bit, to push for 0.5 centimeter or 1 centimeter, which is enough to keep you breathing.
Wow.
It's not going to be comfortable. You're going to be feeling really bad, but at least you'll survive.
Okay. Good to know. Also have to be aware of this if you're shorter or like, female or just shorter in general. Like if you're 6'4", you're probably going to be able to like have your head enough above the crowd to be able to breathe. But if you're a regular sized human,
Right.
yeah.
That everybody else's widest parts of their bodies might just be at your exact chest height.
Yeah. Yep.
So in that case, maybe heels would come in handy.
No, because if it's that dense, you're not going to be able to stand solidly enough on those heels. You know what I mean?
Heels at a concert are just a bad idea.
They're a fucking bad
Heels
idea.
in general are a bad idea. Okay, next tip, don't push, move with the crowd. So in a crowd, everything is about chain reactions. When you push your neighbors, they're going to push their own neighbors, and it will eventually hit an obstacle. Then the pushing is amplified, and it's going to come back at you.
That happened to me at a protest, and it was a cop that was pushing people, and then people didn't know that it was the cop pushing, and then they
push
pushed back, and then people are getting pushed into the cop, and it just escalated the fucking situation, and thankfully nobody got hurt, but it was scary.
I mean, crowds at this size are basically like an ocean.
Yeah.
So there are ripple effects. And as soon as something hits a wall or a solid object, it comes right back at you. So just don't shove. So if you feel a push, don't push back. Don't amplify this wave. Just go with the flow. It's not going to be comfortable. You're not going to like it, but it's the best way to behave in this situation. Do not add pressure to the system. In the worst moments, you have multiple pushing waves at once. And this is what we call crowd turbulence. You don't want to be where two waves cross because the pressures come from opposite directions, and that's really, really dangerous. So when we observe crowd turbulence, we see death or further tragedy.
So it's like a school of fish. You just got to roll with it as best you can.
Yeah, go with it. And also, this tip was a little counterintuitive to me when I first read it, but you should avoid walls and solid objects. So when we look at where the injuries and fatalities happen in a tragedy, most of the time they happen along solid obstacles. And that makes sense because if you go with the flow of pushing waves, you're fine. But when you're next to the wall, you can't just go along because the wall is preventing you. So the next wave is going to crush you against the wall.
It's like when everybody is leaning their seat backs on an airplane, but
Right.
you're the last seat.
Ugh.
I hate that.
Every seat should have the same amount of recline. There
I
should
know.
never be a seat that doesn't get to recline because then nobody should recline.
The super long flight, I think it was our transatlantic flight back from South Africa. All three of us were in the very back row. So it's like a fucking 10 or 12-hour flight with no reclining
That's
option.
horrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Like my neck still hurts.
Yeah, that's awful.
Okay. Our next tip is learn to detect crowd density. So circling back to the density thing. Density is really the critical variable, and that's the first thing that we measure. It's expressed as the number of people per square meter, and there are some thresholds. So the first of which is below 5 people per square meter, and a square meter is about 10.7 square feet. You're fine. That's safe. It might not be super comfortable, but it's fine. Anything above 6 people per square meter, it starts becoming dangerous. 8 people per square meter, most of the time there are injuries or worse. And it's super useful to have a sense of that density, but it isn't intuitive. So here's a tip. If you feel that people are touching you on both shoulders or on several places on your body at the same time, the density is probably around 6 or above. If you still have time and if you can move, get away, that's an alarm signal.
I'm thinking about all the crowded subways I've been in.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is that okay?
Right?
At least in situations like that, it's like portioned off.
Sure.
It's not like a crowd where you get these like waves, these ripples of
That's
pressure.
true. Yeah, there's still going to be a maximum number of people in a subway car.
Right, yeah.
Right.
So the last tip, if a crowd gets unsafe, look out for others. Helping behaviors and the altruistic behaviors are kind of contagious in crowds. The same applies to individualistic or selfish behaviors. So if everybody is like shoving everyone else to get away, you're probably going to start shoving also.
Right.
Right, it's just
We're
human
just such
nature.
little pack animals.
We
yeah.
really are. We're not that bright. If you try to help your neighbors, they're going to help you or they're going to help their own neighbors. And if this spreads, it creates a positive helping atmosphere. It's going to make things less bad. So definitely helping behavior is something that you should adopt in both crowd crushing situations and in everyday life, I would say.
Sure.
I'd say in traffic, there's no need to honk. There's no need to shove.
It won't make it go faster.
Let people in.
Yeah.
Let people in.
It actually goes a lot faster if you let like at least one person in.
There's a reason why there's a zipper merge.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, those are some helpful tips for another phobia you didn't know you have.
Well, that is very scary, and I think I'm definitely too old for any kind of cool, fun concert anymore.
Oh, I'm over it. I don't ever want to. No. Okay, last but not least, the obituary area.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And this was sent in by Lindsay Anderson. There's a photo of this precious human on the drive, by the way, which will be on the blog. Kathleen Louise LaRoche Carpenter, also known by Kathy, 78.937 years young, of Clifton, Texas, slipped the surly bonds of this mortal realm on Tuesday, November 9th, 2021, leaving behind 14 giant-sized boxes of Cheerios from Sam's Club, 27 frozen entrees, 12 frozen cheesecake, also from Sam's, 1 bottle of Calpectate dated 1982, and multitudes of other random food and medicinal items that would prove helpful in the event of a zombie apocalypse.
Please do not list the contents of my pantry and freezer in my obit.
I was going to
Doing
say, this woman is both your polar opposite and also your soulmate.
Soulmate, yeah.
Yes.
I like to have backups of items, but I don't want to share that with the world.
Good thing you have a podcast.
Imagine if they were like, this bitch basically had a Walgreens and a CVS in her home.
Yeah.
Well, the people
Kinda
who
true.
love you can jump in and count list the number of times you've saved them.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You're welcome.
The fact that you had like hemorrhoidal, like, what are they called? Not supplements, the things you put up your butt.
Suppositories.
Suppositories.
Sups.
Those saved my asshole when we were in France.
You're very welcome. Anytime.
And now I'm not afraid to put anything up my butt.
I
got over that fear.
And so did Dan, the Welshman.
Yes.
So he thought.
Did we just do it in the bomb?
Just wait till he actually does get that chance. I'm gonna be like, this is so different.
This is not up to the hype.
This is way worse than I remember. Okay, a world-renowned lover of exotic chocolates, the European chocolatiers are in mourning at the news of her passing, and chocolate futures have already dropped 30 points. Kathy is survived by her 2 daughters, Cindy Fry and Kelly Daniels. She is also survived by 2 sons-in-law, Joe Fry and Jeff Daniels, grandchildren Tilly Elizabeth, Thomas Brooks, Caitlin Adele, Alice Marie, and Brooks Michael. Her 2 grandsons-in-law, Donald Jones and J.D. Beeman, as well as her great-grandchildren, Ruby Jean and Donald Webster.
I
is
like
a
all
lot
the
of cute
middle
names.
names.
His names are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Ruby Jean.
That's so cute.
She is preceded in death by her husband, Thomas M. Carpenter, parents Clarence and Mildred LaRoche, brother Clarence Rollins LaRoche, a 1966 Volkswagen Squareback, 2 knees, and her L5 disc.
Oh, girl, same.
I'm telling you, you guys have a lot in common. Kathy graduated from MacArthur High School in San Antonio, Texas, where she was voted most likely to party.
Amazing.
Okay.
Love that.
She met the love of her life, Tom, who had graduated from arch rival Alamo Heights High School and was thus warned against him. Heedless of these warnings, Tom and Kathy wed in January 1962 during Tom's last semester at Texas A&M before Tom was commissioned into the United States Marine Corps. She loved being a Marine Corps wife and was the president and chief party planner for the Officers' Wives Club at every Navy Marine Corps base at which they were stationed.
Most likely to party.
Most
She was
partyist.
a party animal.
Love.
While raising her girls, she was a substitute teacher for the Clifton Independent School District, a.k.a. the coolest teacher in school.
Aw.
Nice.
She often remarked that being a substitute teacher was similar to being a grandparent. All the spoiling and love, none of the responsibilities.
Yes.
And has regiments of former students who attest to that love.
Cute.
That's really cute.
Kathy enjoyed many, many things. Among those things were traveling the world. She visited countless locations on 6 of the 7 continents, but there's no Starbucks in Antarctica.
Yeah. So why make the trip?
What's the point?
What's the point?
She loved cruising, the platinum patron in the Carnival Serial Cruisers.
Okay.
I guess that's a cruise ship. Buying enormous hair bows because she needed one in every color.
I just bought a giant bright red headband. I love this woman.
Trying to meet the Pope and getting kicked out of St. Paul's Basilica. All things British. Coordinating fingernail polish with apparel.
Yes.
Glenn Frey or Fry and the Eagles. Singing to the Lord. Spending time with her choir and Sunday school class. Parties. Any party. And playing cards with her 2 best friends. Their motto was, have card shuffler, will travel.
Oh my God. This woman knew how to live.
I know. She was most definitely not a fan of cooking, as proven by her vast collection of frozen entrees, desserts, restaurant leftover boxes, and party platters, of course.
There you go.
Of course.
This next part is specifically for Kenyon. Kathy died knowing that BritBox was the best streaming service ever.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Gone with the Wind was the best movie ever made. Les Miserables was the best Broadway musical. Everything tastes better with chocolate. And love is the most powerful force in the universe. She was a fierce patriot, supporting the Disabled Veterans of America, the Wounded Warrior Project, and the Gary Sinise Foundation.
What? Sorry. What? Wait.
The Gary Sinise Foundation, it's a veterans thing.
It's a real thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was a fiercely protective wife, mother, substitute teacher, and friend. Above all else, Kathy modeled the Father's love in everything she did. That means God.
Got it.
Tremendous and heartfelt thanks go to the truly exceptional nurses and aides at Sunset Hospice who provided much more than nursing care for Kathy. They also modeled the father's love in providing peaceful and compassionate care during her transition from this life to the next great adventure.
Mm-hmm.
How sweet is that?
That is sweet.
Friends can visit with the family on Thursday, November 18th. Blah, blah, blah. It's already passed. Sorry. Her funeral will take place at Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C., where she will be buried with Tom. The location of the gravesite is Section 68, Grave 3038, just past Patton Circle, overlooking the Pentagon.
Wow. Well,
So if you want to go visit Kathy,
good for you, Kath.
I like Kathy.
I like
Most
Kathy
likely to
too.
party.
Most partyist.
Most likely to party. She sounds like a great sub. She probably had a bowl of candy.
Oh, absolutely. Also, have card shuffler will travel.
I love it.
I love it.
You know what? That's what life is about, is like the things you enjoy doing and your loved ones. It doesn't matter, like, you know, all your work accolades.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
don't care that much about that after you die.
Yeah.
And
Unless you were like really famous for your work.
Right.
Yeah. And I believe that Lindsay Anderson, who's the person who sent this in, was maybe close to Kathy or knew her personally. So thank you to Lindsay Anderson and R.I.P. Kathy Carpenter. You sound like a real gem.
Well done. And that was another great episode of Gossip at the Corpse Cart.
Yeah.
If I do
So
say
good.
so myself.
I almost threw up. But
Maybe
okay.
next month, Amanda won't vomit.
Great.
Or maybe she will.
I probably
Stay
will.
tuned to find out.
Oh my God.
We'll talk to you
Tune in
month.
next week.
See you next month.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Kala Yip. Music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell. Editing by Jonathan Camp. Check out our website and blog at wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wine and Crime Pod. If you have questions, answers, or recommendations to share, email us at wineandcrimepodcast@gmail.com. Episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, basically wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It is the best way to spread the word. If you'd like to show your support, visit our Patreon page to keep this podcast and the wine flowing. Cheers.